When you start a vinyl sign business from home with just a vinyl cutter, you're gonna face many challenges, especially if you don't own a printer. But there are methods and alternatives, and today we're gonna talk about those alternatives. So here we go.
So Luis is setting up the different layers of the vinyl, and this is the idea. Right now it's a little bit cold outside. It's not too bad. It's like 43 degrees, and we're gonna try to combine it before we get there. Basically, we're going to start with the navy blue, which is here, and then combine the second color. Probably will be the blue one, the sky blue or lighter blue, and then the red one. Here's one key point is that Luis has rectangles. If you can notice here in the camera or the cell phone, he has different squares or rectangles to make sure that we have enough material, enough transfer to make sure that we cover both or all layers of vinyl. Okay, that's another key point that you have to think about if you're gonna do what we will be doing pretty soon. These are the vinyls, obviously the Oracle 651. All of them are gonna be the same brand. We're gonna use different kinds of transfers, the AT 75.1, the main, but to apply the red one, this is what we'll be using, the AT 65. This one's a low tack, and it's gonna be a little softer on the when it comes to removing the transfer. And we already aligned our vinyl. Even though this is gonna be a medium-sized decal, we still made sure that we aligned it.
Hey guys, when this video is over, we want to invite you guys to check out our new videos on Amazon. Just go down on the description of this video and click on Amazon videos, and we appreciate if you give us a like. This will help us a lot with creating more content for you. Thank you so much.
Looks like our vinyl is ready, and we added the weeding box and makes it a lot easier to see where we need to cut it, and that's what I'm about to do. We have our vinyls ready. The next step would be to start weeding out, and Luis is gonna try to do him himself. If he needs any help, I will assist him. Obviously, it's always better to have some extra help, but if you don't, then you can just use some scissors like Luis did. I'm gonna move him out of the way.
Well, that's something. He's doing something. When you weeding out, try to be careful with the registrations, because sometimes they might come off, and if they do, you have to put them back, reposition, and sometimes you probably won't put them like straight or right, and that can affect when it's time to layer the color. So you be very careful with your registrations.
And for some reason, our vinyl cutter cut through the paper here. Sometimes that happens. Nothing to worry about, really. It should not really affect our design. I'm just gonna be really careful though. I guess because little details when you are vectoring an image, sometimes you don't see them. Sometimes it's related to the blade. But I think, yeah, I don't really know what happened here. Again, it's something that you just gotta take your time when you are doing it, or when you are facing something like this. If you haven't done it enough times, we're so used to facing different challenges. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna combine or transfer this on top of the blue, the darker blue, and we're gonna use our different transfer. And then after that, we'll apply our stronger, our high tag transfer on top of this one, and then we'll transfer this on top of everything else. And this one, we do not need to apply a transfer separately, but once we get to it, you will get a better idea. All right, we changed plans in the end. We found a little bit left from the AT60. This one's a little softer than the 65, so we're gonna use that. And we secured our first layer to the table. Now we're gonna apply our transfer on top of that. You can tell that this transfer is kind of old, but it should work out. This is the downside about the low tag transfer. This is the difference. This is what we gotta do before we try to apply it. We have to prep the vinyl. I mean, this might not look like that much, like a real challenge, but when you're working outside and temperature is really, really hot, it makes it worse, and you're gonna be exposed to the sun way longer than you should. This is one of the reasons we do not use this transfer unless we have to do something like today, which we don't often do. All right, we exposed our registration marks, and now we gotta apply our first layer. I'm gonna let Luis do it. I don't wanna get in his way. And the reason, I mean, several reasons why we are doing it like this. Yeah, it probably making it a little bit harder. We could have done this once we got to the place, but one of the reasons is to show you guys or give you another option what you can do. Like if you were to sell this decal to someone out of state, you could combine it like this, or combine the different layers. Also, because it's a little bit cold outside and we don't want to be exposed to the cold weather for that long, especially when you are catching a flu like I am. Don't worry, it's not COVID. All right, Luis is gonna do half first, and he's gonna use the cutting knife. Like I said, I'm just trying to stay away from his way. Even if it's not 100% match, it will be very, very close. Once he gets done applying this layer, then we will remove this transfer. That's why we needed to use a low tack transfer to be able to remove it without having any issues. Because it makes it so easy to remove it because it's low tack. Yeah, it's a perfect match. Okay, now here comes the real challenge. He's going to remove it like that.
And let me just say this is not the first time we do this. We've done this before, so I know we're gonna be okay. I wouldn't say perfect, but we'll see. I mean, so far it looks good.
Yeah, this is the advantage of having different kinds of transfer tapes, that you can get creative really. The only challenge I see will be the small letters, but like Luis mentioned, it's not our first rodeo. We have done it before. We know it'll be just fine. Also, when you see this kind of design, or I mean, we have letters, but we might use our registration marks to align or to center the logo, but we'll see, we'll find out.
And there it is. It's ready. Now we're gonna apply the AT75 transfer to the blue one.
The lighter one.
Yeah. And after that, we're gonna remove it and combine it with this, and that'll be it.
All right, so this is the last layer, and as you guys can see here, we have a red on top of the darker blue. Now we're going to apply the lighter blue, and Luis is going to do one side first. Okay, good so far. Yeah, perfect. Now, if you miss it by just a little bit, you shouldn't really have to worry about it, and we can release the tension if we want it. We can lift it and just make sure that we do not move it, but I don't think we need to do that. I think we can do that, apply it now, and we're gonna do one piece. We could have cut it in the center, but I think we're gonna make it a little bit harder for ourselves.
Yeah, we like the challenge.
Yeah.
Here comes the real challenge, the result.
And in case you are not familiar with any of the process, either what we do or versus using a digital printer, I mean, what I meant is a vinyl cutter versus a digital printer. Obviously, if you had a digital printer, it would be a lot easier. You wouldn't have to worry about combining different colors, different layers. That would be the best option, honestly, but those are kind of expensive. I'm not saying it's not a good idea to get one. I'm saying that if you cannot afford getting one, getting a vinyl cutter is a great option. Perfect, we just apply our last layer. We got a little bit of tension, but we released it. See, not a big deal. Everything came out perfect. It's gonna make it a lot easier once we get to the place to do the installation, because we have everything combined. And yep.
Now we can remove the registrations. They did their job, so we don't need them no more.
I thought we were gonna use them to align the decal before we applied it, but we have a straight line here, so we can use
Yeah,
this.
that's right.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say, you know, earlier. If you have like a circular logo, it's gonna be hard to align it, but for this one, we have this bottom line and as well as the letters, or we can use the numbers, so just to give you an idea. All right, guys, so this is where we're gonna apply our decal. The first thing, as you already know, we gotta make sure we clean the surface, and we are using the same solution that we used to combine different layers of vinyl. The rapid tag, you can get it through the links in the description of the video. You will be supporting us if you do so. And we're just gonna use the white tape. That one's a little bit stronger, since we don't have to worry about damaging our surface. Since it's glass, it will work just fine. This is where we're gonna install the decal, and the way we're gonna do it, we're gonna start from the center to the bottom, and then we'll go from the center to the top. If you notice, when we combine the different layers of vinyl, we started getting some tension down here because we started all the way from the top and we started sending all the tension out. But once we got to here, we started getting some tension, and we're gonna avoid that by starting from the center, okay?
And we're gonna use our cutting knife, of course.
Yep, and this transfer here is the Art Tape Clear Choice AT75.1, which is the high tag, okay? It's getting a little windy right now. We're gonna do a dry application. We're gonna avoid the bubbles. And I'm gonna start from the center to the sides. I'm gonna try to avoid getting bubbles, but sometimes it's almost impossible not to end up with a few, but we'll get rid of them. Yeah, I think I only see one so far. Once we remove the transfer, we'll see if we have more than one. But like I mentioned, we are gonna get rid of them with our weeder. All right, now it's time to do the top part. We can get rid of the backing paper. And of course, since we already applied half of the decal, we don't have to worry about the decal moving around since it's already on our surface. This is some sexy logo.
Well, I don't know what Saul has in his mind, but it's a good way to make money too, so.
Yeah, probably just another bubble right there, but not a big deal.
All right, since this was applied dry, we can start trying removing this. We still gotta do it carefully.
All right, guys, so this is the end result. Thank you so much for watching our videos and supporting our channel. If you want to keep supporting us, additionally, we have some memberships to VIP members. Well, we have two different kinds of memberships. We have one which is for ASMR videos. If you are into that, you know, we got a nice collection of videos, and we'll be uploading more. And we also have another membership for if you want to watch behind the scenes and all kinds of different videos. Also, if you need to get your materials, make sure you get them through the links in the description of the video, okay? Thank you so much for supporting us. I guess we'll see you guys until the next time.